Hello everyone, this is KK Mathematics, the solution to your mathematics. Today we'll be dealing with the equation of a line and gradient. So this is to answer to what Stephanie you asked on the comment section. So we start with the equation of a line. So this is the equation of the line, and it's obvious that we know what y is, representing the y coordinates, x representing the x coordinates, and then the m is the gradient of the line, and this gradient of the line can be found by the formula as we see on our screen here. And it's important for you to note that if you use one coordinate, in fact, if this is a coordinate, that's a coordinate. So if you use a coordinate, always have in mind that whatever you choose, if you choose your x to be your x subject to 1, make sure the y, that same coordinate, you choose the y coordinate to be y subject to 1. And you do the same for this coordinate, the other coordinates also. The c is the y-intercept. It's important for you to note that. And then we solve a question. We are given that we are told to find the gradient of the line with the equation 5x plus 4y equals 3. Solution. The first thing we have to do is to make y the subject of the equation. And so in making y the subject of the equation, with the mindset that we intend to change or turn this equation into this format so that y will be made the subject in order for us to find our gradient and have it in this format. So with that being said, we have 5x plus 4y equals 3. Make y the subject. We take the 5x from the left hand side to the right hand side, and it's positive here. Goes to the right hand side, becomes negative, and that's what we have here. So this is the step that leads us to. The next thing we do is to divide the left hand side and the right hand side by 4. And by so doing, we have our y to be equal to minus 5 divided by 4, or multiplied to x plus 3 divided by 4. So with this, in comparing this equation that we have here to that of the general form of the equation of the line, we can then say that our m here, okay, the coefficient of x, our m here is minus 5 over 4. So we say the gradient is minus 5 over 4, sorry. Example 2. We're told that ABC are the points 2 and 3, comma, and the coordinate 4 and 7, and then the coordinates 7 and 3 respectively. We are told to find I, the length AB, and II, the gradient BC. Solution here. So the formula for the length, or the magnitude, or the absolute of a coordinate is this. Of 2 points, sorry, is this. We have the square root of the square of the difference of x coordinates plus the square of the difference of the y coordinates here. So we know AB, this is A, this coordinate is A, the other coordinate is B. So we chose 4 here. So this is the x coordinate. The 2 is the x coordinate, then the 4 is also the x coordinate. So we are going to subtract that. And so that's what we've done here. So we have 4 minus 2. And since we use this order, this came first. Therefore, when in terms of y, 7 will come first, even though it doesn't matter in this particular example here. So we have 7 minus 3 all squared. And in punching that on our calculator, that leads us to 2 squared plus 4 squared. And we'll have our answer to be 2 root 5 units. We are done. We move on to the II. We're told to find the gradient BC. And as we stated earlier on, the formula for the gradient, which is y subject to 2 minus y subject to 1 divided by x subject to 2 minus x subject to 1. We substitute the values. Note here, we are dealing with what gradient of what BC, the point BC. So the point B is this coordinate, and the point C is this coordinate. So in considering this, if we choose 3 to be the y2, then definitely we need to also choose 7 as the x2. So as you see on your screen here, so if 3 comes first for the x coordinates, then 7 will also come first. So if 3 comes first for the y coordinate, then 7 also comes first for the x coordinate. So as I said, so we have 3 comes here first, so 3 minus 7 divided by 7 minus 4. And this gives us minus 4 over 3. Another equation of the line that we have is this. Now this is also another form of the equation of the line. And this is also useful in finding when we are given a gradient and a point to find the equation of the line. So we make use of this formula when we are given a gradient and a point to find the equation of a line. So in the first example here, we are told to find the equation of the line whose gradient is 3 passing through the point 0 and 1. So solution here, we know our gradient here is 3 and the point that we have is 0 and 1. So according to the formula, we notice we have x subject to 1 and y subject to 1. So wherever we have in the equation here, wherever we have our x subject to 1, that is 0, y subject to 1, that is 1. And so we fix those values in the, so therefore we say the equation of the line would be y minus, as we said, the y subject to 1, that is this 1, the sy coordinate 1, and then this equals the gradient, which is 3, or in brackets x minus 0. And so this implies that we have our y minus 1 to be equal to 3x. We can write in this form or in that form. It's all the same. Example 2. A straight line has a gradient of minus 3 over 2 and passes through the point 1 and 4. Find its equation. Solution. In the question, we were given the gradient to be minus 3 over 2, and that's what we have there. And then we were given the points to be 1 and 4. So we know 1 is our x subject 1, and 4 is our y subject 1. So with that being said, we can then substitute the values into it, and we have y minus 4 equals minus 3 over 2, multiply 2 into brackets x minus 1. So next thing we do is we multiply the left hand side and right hand side by 2, and that cancels the the denominator 2. And then we'll have 2y minus 8, because 2 multiplies y, 2y, and multiplies 4, we have 8. And this equals minus 3 into bracket x minus 1. So this implies that 2y minus 8 equals minus 3x plus 3. So this implies that 3x plus, now what we do here is we take the minus 8, sorry, or we bring the minus 3x to the left hand side and it becomes positive, and we take the 3, which is positive, to the left hand side and it becomes minus 3. And that being said, we then, this leads us to 3x, positive 3x plus 2y minus 11. That is 8 minus 8 minus 3 gives us minus 11, and this equals 0. Another example for us to try here. We are told this is an example here that this example here, we're not given the gradient of the line. We're told to find the equation of the line CD, which passes through the points C with the coordinate 1 and minus 1, and D with the coordinate minus 2 and minus 13. We are told to find the equation of the line, but in this case, we're not given a gradient, but we're given 2 points. So in order for us to find that, the first thing we do is to find a gradient of the line CD, and by using the formula, this formula. So using this formula, obviously we are aware of the basis of that. So this is substituted the values here. We consider the minus 13 to be our y subtract 2, and so that comes first. So if that comes first, then it means that in terms of x, the minus 2 will come first. So that's what we have there and there. So we subtract, and always be careful of the minus sign. So we know minus minus makes it positive. So we have minus 13 plus 1, leading us to, which produces the answer minus 12. And minus 2 minus 1 gives us minus 3. And this equals 4. Therefore, using the points C, so we consider, you can choose any of the points. You can choose this point or that point. It's all the same. Make things simpler for yourself. So we have C containing the coordinate 1 and minus 1. And then the equation of the line would be, so this here will be our x subtract 1 and then y subtract 1. So by that being said, you can then substitute it into the equation of the line, this particular one here. So we have y minus into bracket minus 1 equals to 4 multiplied to x minus 1 here. So this implies that, okay, so we know minus minus makes plus, okay, produces plus. So we have y plus 1 be equal to 4 multiplies x minus 4. So this implies that 4x minus y minus 5 equals 0. That's because what? The 4x, we took the y to the right hand side and it became minus y. And we took the 1, which is positive, to the right hand side and became minus 1. So minus 1 and minus 4 gives us minus 5. And that is what we have here. And so this brings us to the end of today's class, today's lesson. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like, and share. Thank you very much. This is KK Mathematics, the solution to your mathematics. Bye for now.